welcome back.
We
are the Quality Control Chicks.
There we go.
And it's just us this week.
Just us.
Yeah, we will be having guests again.
There are discussions. We're always discussing. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And we'll get you guys on.
There are plans, big plans.
Yes.
And it will be really fun. Really excited for that. Mm-hmm. But today we are talking about something really funny. Kind of get back to our heavy critiques and just having so much fun with it.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about really bad background actors. And kind of one of the first ones we wanted to get into was something that you had sent to you, bunch of people sent your way.
Yes. I had multiple people, both on my personal Instagram and on the podcast Instagram, send me the same clip from Twilight. I think because the first one's on Netflix again, or all of them, I don't know. Or even if that's Canada, it might just be Netflix US, I don't know. But more people are watching it now. So the clip going around this time for QC mistakes is the people behind Bella, quotation marks for people listening, kicking a soccer ball, I assume.
Yeah.
Which you thought was a hacky sack, but I don't know if hacky sack is a group thing.
I've seen people do it. I remember in college, a couple of people would kick around a hacky sack.
Yeah, it's totally a group thing.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
but
the college campus
thing. Funny though is the way they're kicking is more like a soccer ball.
Is.
Because they're kind of kicking forward. Yeah. It's not up hacky sack, you kind of it's like kick upward.
Yeah,
right?
a side of your foot thing.
Yeah, they're kind of kicking to each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's no ball.
No.
There's no hacky sack.
There's nothing.
And I'm shocked I didn't notice this before. I've seen that movie a million times, obviously.
Oh, yeah. More than me, for sure. But even then, it's just, were they going to put it in post? Or
I don't know.
They just decided not to, or they thought they were on a frame, or...
When you sent it to me, I was laughing so hard. And I was like, I wonder if they got this direction from someone on set being you guys are basically blurred out in the background. We just need to see people actively having fun in the sunshine. Because the scene is it's one of the days where Edward doesn't show up, or the Collins don't show up because it's super sunny and nice. And Bella's he hasn't come to school in 3 days or whatever. And I'm oh God, you're so obsessed already.
3 days?
Yeah, something like that. And I'm I don't know how I did not notice. But yeah, they must have just been told, you can't really see it. Just look like you're doing something.
Or they're
in the
play
yard.
soccer, but quietly, so it doesn't pick up on the mic. So we're not going to give you a ball. Just pretend.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so good.
I had to laugh too, because it segues perfectly into what we're talking about this week, which is awkward background actors. So the fact that I don't usually tell people what we're recording. I mean, it comes out a little bit afterwards anyway, but the amount of people I was well, we're talking about background actors this week, so this is great.
Perfect. There could not have been a more perfect thing to come out.
How did you all know?
Seriously. And it's just so funny too that there's been so many things pointed out with Twilight, and for there to still be something that people are noticing,
I want to know what the next one's going to be.
I know. I know. And everyone's so obsessed with it. Everyone's been sharing and talking about it. It's so funny.
I love it. This is why we have fun on this podcast, because it's stuff that it's so ingrained with us, and now more people are noticing it. It's yes, it's growing.
Yeah.
Other people care now.
And it's funny, too, because, Twilight became such a cult film for just kind of all of its weird quirks and stuff, and funny lines, or just things we talked about before with the ketchup bottle and nothing comes out. And I went to one of those screenings where you go.
You went to the room screening for Twilight? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. Everyone was saying all the lines, and people even had props. It's becoming like The Room, or Rocky Horror.
It's so Minecraft funny. Is probably gonna end up being that way too.
Very true.
They're gonna have screenings where people are going to bring people are already bringing real life chickens to the theater.
Oh my God.
For the chicken jockey scene.
Jesus. I haven't seen it yet. I'm obviously going to wait for streaming.
I love the game. I don't know why they needed to make a narrative film.
Well, I had one other thing I wanted to bring up as like a funny thing I sent to you.
Oh, yes.
I just thought it would be something funny to bring up since we always kind of, before we get into the episode, we talk about what we've seen. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we had the Twilight thing sent to us, but I also was watching Buffy this week.
Yeah. Buffy.
And she was buff.
She was Buffy.
Oh my God. It was like, I don't remember. It's early in like the first season. Like I restarted it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that often in that show because she did some stunts, but like.
That wasn't even a stunt heavy scene.
No,
girl,
it was
you're
not.
waving around a stick.
Yeah. It was very, she could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have this like stunt double and it's definitely a man because he's super buff, flat ass, no ass at all. And you know, women have asses. Okay?
Usually a little bit more.
A little bit more than that. And a terrible, terrible wig. And
the wig was the first thing I noticed. I was like, one wrong move and it's like gonna fly off.
I know. It was so bad. It was just so funny, the cuts between her and then this clearly way bigger than her body double. It was great. Adds to the charm.
It does. I feel like Buffy is going to be a treasure trove, kind of like Friends or like Charmed, which I've been thinking of rewatching. Like those shows are going to have a lot of stuff we can probably talk about.
That's true. We should do some rewatches on those and see what we can pick up. Well, I'm going to keep watching it. I'll let you know if I see anything else.
Please do. I love your home videos.
Oh, yeah, my little zoom-ins. Like, look at
the stuff that Jack films.
Yeah.
The two, the hard-boiled and the sleeper.
Yeah, those were good.
Jack's dad's commentary kills me every time because he didn't know Jack was filming.
Yeah. That's awesome. Glad we have fans.
Yeah, even if it is just Jack's dad.
Yeah, that's okay. Shout out to Jack's dad.
Shout out to Brad. I know you don't know how to listen, but
he doesn't know. I don't think he's figured out Spotify yet.
Oh, that's so
he
funny.
knows how to listen to music on Spotify.
Hey, now we'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is much easier.
Which you can get on the Roku.
Yeah. So he can catch us there.
Exactly.
All right. So we want to get into it?
Let's do it.
All right. Do you want to start us off? Because you kind of, his first couple examples or yours?
The first example that is on our breakdown anyway, and we might break order depending, but this one I feel like is a pretty well-known one, so I wanted to start off with this one. It's not the most well-known. We're going to save that so people listen a little bit more because you won't know when we're going to bring it up. This first one's from the first Avengers movie, and it's the scene where the Avengers, you know, they've done the iconic, like, pose together and they're
assemble.
Yeah, they've assembled. And the townspeople are running away, and there's this one female extra wearing like a striped shirt and jeans, and she is booking it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this was take one and she's like, all right, I'm running for my life. Let's fucking go. Because she just like bolts behind them. And it's hilarious because I think it's the first time I've ever gotten a sense of urgency from even just one person in a disaster scene, because everyone's moving slow usually, or like they're running into each other or something else, but this one was just straight up like, I'm gonna die, see you later. Yeah. It's isolated right next to the actors.
Yes.
So she's so in the focus of the scene that it's so funny.
And just her outfit too, like she really stood out.
Yeah.
Like,
and they clearly wanted her to. Shirt. Or they could have like made her, like dimmed her in color correction or something. Yeah. Like they clearly left that in there because they're like, no, this is good.
This is good. It's funny. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. I don't think I noticed it like when I first watched the movie, but that was one that started coming up a lot on like, if you look up like, oh, like funny things background actors have done, like that was always one.
That was on every single list and like subreddit that I found. And I'll mention this one too, not in the same movie, but it's not a big enough one to be like its own separate example. But in Doctor Strange, when they're sitting, it's been a while, they're in a church. I don't remember why they're there. This one wasn't on the breakdown, so forgive me, but I've had it in the back of my mind since we sat down. There's this old woman sitting behind Benedict Cumberbatch, and she's not really particularly having like a conversation with anybody, but he's having this serious discussion with someone else And she's just in the background going,
reacting. Yeah, okay, I have seen that
and she's
one.
he's staying so still, and she's just like looking around every direction. Like they told her to just look anywhere but the camera, and she took that literally.
Everywhere.
Literally look everywhere but the camera. And so that one also became kind of a meme where it's just like, yeah, I don't care what's happening in the scene. This lady's just like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like.
I just want to know, like, what she thought in that moment, like what she was like, because every background actor, you kind of you think, okay, what would I be kind of doing in the scene, or what would
maybe this is a good time for me to jump in and say I've done background acting.
I was gonna say I was gonna transition that and say, because what would you do in that position, like when you did your background acting? Were you trying to, like, would you have conversations with people and you just kind of pretend, oh, we're having a nice conversation? Or what's the vibe when you're background?
Depends on my motivation for the scene. I've been a background extra in so many different things. And I've ended up on the cutting room floor every single time. But yeah, that's fine. I still get paid. You get paid either way, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if they don't
minimum
use you
wage, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it was a bit more than that.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago, but they basically just have you wait around in like a holding room. They give you like bag. You don't even get crafty. You get bagged lunches.
Nice.
And water and stuff. And yeah, even when they come around to film the scene you're there for, they might not even use you, but you get paid anyway, so it's not too bad. But I've been on like smaller sets. I've been on like not like blockbusters, but on like movie of the week sets. Low budget horror. Those were like the big sets. And I mean, like the one I remember being the most nervous for, I don't think it was my first time. It was House at the End of the Street with Elizabeth Shue, Jennifer Lawrence, Max Terriot. I think that's how you say his last name. And my dad volunteered to drive me because he's like, Elizabeth Shue's going to be there?
Oh, that's cool.
I want to be there. She wasn't on set that day. She had nothing to do with what we were filming. And it was Jennifer Lawrence right before she was famous.
Right, yeah.
Right. She got announced as Katniss like the week we filmed this.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so my scene was with her. We were filming at a college campus, but it was supposed to be a high school, like an American high school. And they're sitting at a table, and we just simply had to like walk, but we're just walking by in the background. And I remember the whole time we were doing that, I was like, don't look at the camera, because I was walking. So off our camera, there's like a stand there. If that stand, that's where the camera was. And I was coming from like over here. So I had to walk past the camera going this way. So I was just
couple
like
feet.
Yeah, but I was like trying so hard to just not look this way. So I was just like, okay, I can look like at them or out the window, but not at them in terms of like I'm looking at the actors, just like I'm noticing someone's there and then like maybe I'm talking to someone. But that one, because I had to walk past it, I didn't know where the camera was until I came out from behind a corner. So I was like, don't look at the camera.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And maybe that's why I ended up on the cutting room floor. Maybe I did look at the camera and they were like, we cannot use that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember that's what was going through my head the whole time.
Yeah.
But then other scenes, like there was one, I don't even remember the movie. If you check my IMDb, it's hilarious because I've added all the credits myself and I just put myself as uncredited because I didn't end up in the movie, but I want the credit because I filmed it, God damn it.
Nice.
But there was one where I was in a house party and I was there with Lauren was with me actually. And my friend Lauren, we were drinking like it was fake beer.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the first time I had fake alcohol. So I think we were gassing up conversation between us and some of the other people by talking about the fake alcohol, just so we had something to talk about. But then obviously when the camera's rolling, you can't actually be talking about anything. You can't be talking at all because they need quiet for the actors, right?
Yeah.
So there's no music playing. You can't talk to anybody, but you have to make it look like you're at a party. So you have to pretend that there's music playing. You have to pretend like you're drinking and talking to people, which is almost more awkward than just walking in a high school hallway because you're like, okay, I can't accidentally say something, but it's so hard to communicate social cues to people when you're not actually having a conversation.
Yeah, like how do you stand in front of a person and like say you're in the scene, you're supposed to be talking with your friend or whatever, partner or whatever, and like you're supposed to be mouthing like you're talking to them, having a full conversation, but you can't be making any noise.
No.
Because that would be a big no-no on set.
Especially because if you talk as a background actor, you technically are required to get a pay bump because you're on-camera talent at that point.
Yeah.
Even if it's just one line.
Yeah.
So you have to stay in your pay grade, and you also can't distract from the actual audio that's being recorded.
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to, that's why extras look like, if they're not like examples of what we're talking about, where it's like egregiously bad, that's why extras look so awkward half the time, because they're just told like, okay, you can't talk to this person, but have a conversation, go. And you're like,
yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it's just, you feel so dumb, especially if there's supposed to be music playing, and you're just like,
making the weird mouth clickies at each other.
Exactly. Drinking your like fake beer.
Yeah, you're moving your mouth but not making any noise, but you are kind of making noise.
Yeah. And then I will say too, because it was supposed to be like a high school party, there were specialty extras who were like making out and stuff. So they either came with their partner, or they were like paid a little bit more to be a specialty background actor, because they're asking you to do something a little bit like more mature for a scene.
Okay.
So you were sitting around people like that too, which were like, oh, you're getting paid a little bit more to like make out with probably your actual boyfriend next to me at this fake party. Cool. And there was one time I got to dress up like an old pilgrim, which was fun too. Nice. That was for not the same movie.
Oh, you got to act with Jebediah, right?
Yeah, my dad. I did it with my dad, but not really, because we both got cast as background, but we went on different days. But we both got to dress up like pilgrims. We got wardrobe fitted when we were there and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, my dad named himself Jebediah because he had these sideburns. He's like, that's who I am in this. I'm Jebediah.
You make like your own character to be in the as
you
a background.
Because like that scene, I think I was at like a town hall or something. So I was a part of a huge crowd. And you're just supposed, someone's saying something and they're like, okay, you don't like what he's saying. So you're like,
shaking fist in air.
Yeah.
And they're like, you agree. And you're like, eh.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's like usually pretty vague, and they're just kind of like, oh, just kind of do this. But it's just so funny because, you know, you would think, okay, if they're getting the vague, you know, description, and you're usually pretty far in the background, like it's very rare you're up close enough for people to see you. But that's why sometimes when they are, and like the cases we're going to talk about today, it's like, it's so funny because how did people not see how annoying they were being in frame, you know? Like that's where some of these examples kind of make me laugh, because it's like, how did, like, people are behind camera, they were watching. How did they not notice some of these?
How did they not notice the little kid on the train in Back to the Future Part 3 who had to pee?
Thank you for the segue. It was so good. That was what I was going to say. Like, he's literally so in frame.
It's the funniest thing. I remember I think Jack and I were doing a rewatch of the trilogy because we have all three. Well, no, we only have the first one and the third one. So I'm looking for the second one. But we weren't rewatching them on VHS anyway. But we were on the third movie of our rewatch. And it got to this scene, I think it's at the end of the movie. And I forget which one of us noticed it first, but we played it back multiple times. We're like, what? Blink twice if you're okay. Like, what is happening? Are you good? Because this kid's just like fully like, I'll cut in the clip, but like, you know, he's looking at the camera, pointing at his crotch, and then like beckoning someone to come over.
Yeah,
and
he kind of says like, come here. And you're like, what? Well, why? And then he points to
his crotch.
His crotch is like clearly needed to pee.
Yeah, and that's the take you use? Yeah, well, that was, Yeah. You hope that's what it is.
But that's the thing, like, with child actors and stuff, too, right? Like, they usually take enough breaks, but he's so young. He's so little. So he probably was trying to hold it.
He was trying to be so subtle, and it's just like, and that's the take they ended up using.
Yeah, I cannot believe they didn't.
They did that kid so dirty. I mean, he did it to himself, but like, come on.
He wasn't aware.
He was aware. He had to pee. He was too aware.
Yeah. But I mean, like, so this is the thing, like, sometimes I'm sure, they wonder, like the kids kind of don't totally understand, like, this is when we're rolling, this is when we're cutting. Like, he was probably like just taking that opportunity to like communicate, and he wasn't saying anything. He's being good. He wasn't ruining audio, right, Jack? He was just motioning to whoever was his caretaker on set.
Oh my God. His like legal guardian or whoever was there on set.
Yeah, poor kid.
They're probably just off screen being like
waving arms and saying no.
And his face too. I know, it's just dying. Like he even like kind of like does this like frowny thing. And it's just like, he just has so much character too that you can't not look at him.
It's so
You're
funny.
looking at him. So then when he does the motion, you're like, what? What is that kid doing?
I don't want to be looking at this, but what is he doing?
Yeah. I will say the dog beside him is real cute.
Oh, I know. That's not Einstein, is it?
Oh, gosh.
It's been a minute since I've seen this. See if Jack can look it up and let us know down the line. I don't know if it is. It could be, because it's Back to the Future, so it's possible Doc traveled back to the Western time with Einstein, but I don't remember if that's how that played. Honestly, the third one's not the best one.
Yeah. Yeah.
First one's the best one. They kind of go in order, honestly. The first one's the best. Second one's also pretty decent. And then the third one's just kind of like...
Yeah. And again, sorry. I was just going to say, because I was like reading this, isn't this like a scene? It's like a pretty emotional scene, isn't it? Right? Like he's saying goodbye and stuff. I'm like... So you're very much like close up and the kid's right behind him. Yeah. So it was very obvious.
It was so funny.
It's a pretty good one.
It's probably, I enjoy our first example, but I think this one might be my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I love the woman who's like absolutely terrified for her life. Yeah. But the kid needing to pee is probably my favorite extra blunder.
Yeah. I mean, the next one's pretty good.
That's true.
Quantum of Solace.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen Quantum of Solace?
Yeah.
Okay, I have not.
Oh. Well, but you've seen this scene.
Oh, I've seen it. This was another one that was on quite a few of the lists that I
is talked about
saw.
a lot. Like, a lot. So there's like a scene. There's this guy who's like sweeping. But again, in the situation with Twilight, they probably thought, oh, he's far enough in the background that he won't be really seen. So just look like you're doing work. Look like you're doing something. Yeah. So he's like sweeping and it's not touching the ground.
It's nothing. Yeah.
It's literally like a good foot off the ground and he's not doing anything.
No, and here's the thing. It comes back to what we were kind of saying before. They were probably like, pretend you're sweeping, but don't make any sound.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, if I'm sweeping, it's going to touch the ground. So I guess I'll just hover and just do the motions. But when you see, especially from the perspective of where the camera is, it's so obvious he's not sweeping anything.
Yeah. And it doesn't help too that like the ground is pretty well lit.
Yes.
And they're lit from above. And like,
but also you're outside. What are you sweeping? You're like on a pier.
That's also a good point.
Why is that what they gave him to do?
You know what? I mean, sometimes people just pretend to be doing work in the day.
I mean, yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, you just gotta make it look like you're doing something.
That's why I like working from home. I don't have to pretend like I'm working.
Very true.
I just am working.
Whoa, that's on record now.
On record.
Okay, but I just said I am working or I'm not working. I don't have to pretend like I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fire me. I need my job. But this also reminds me, there's an example of, if I find it, I'll cut it in. But it was going around on TikTok and Instagram. There's a Gilmore Girls episode, I think it was, where an actor is doing something very similar.
Yeah.
But he's like digging.
Yeah, he's like digging
but he's
with
not digging anything.
I saw that example. He's got like, he's literally got the shovel and he's just kind of like
poking at the ground.
And he's so very obviously just poking at the ground.
At least that one makes a little bit more sense than sweeping nothing on a pier outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can argue, like, maybe he's looking for buried treasure.
Yeah.
Maybe he's, like, seeing where he can dig a hole. I don't know.
Testing the ground.
Yeah. Is this safe for the Gilmore Girls to walk on?
Yeah. Oof. It's like, how do people not see these things? How do they not be like, background, hi, you, yeah, right now you are, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Digging? What are you digging?
You're kind of
I don't dig this because you're not digging that.
Yes.
I honestly
you
think
and your puns. Every time. She's always pulling out the puns.
I'm thinking
So
about
good.
what makes a good clip.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I think that's a case of they're favoring the performance over whatever's going on in the background. Like, you can only do so many takes. And I feel like maybe he was doing that equally as badly in every take. And they were like, okay, well.
Yeah, it's possible. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing to get to the cutting room and you're just with that and like, okay, this is what we have to work with. We have no choice. But the people on set, though.
Yeah.
They could have said something.
Yeah. Was there not like a second an AD? What am I trying to say? Someone, background director?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the second AD is usually the
I was
background.
going to say second AD is usually the,
And that's where like miscommunication comes into play, right? Is because, you know, a lot of the times the second AD is trying not to distract too much from all the main picture stuff happening.
Yeah.
So, you know, they try really hard just to, okay, we're going to just give simple directions to the background. And in some cases, they have so many that it's like, you know, you can't keep track of all of them.
Yeah.
And narrow down. But the funny things in these cases is it's like it's usually
It's
like
just
one
one
background person
Yeah.
in frame that's doing this really funny thing.
And that's the thing with background acting too. Again, having done it, it's like, yeah, there's always going to be like, even just sitting around the amount of people and you see what group you're like going to be in a scene with and you're like, well, I don't know if I trust that person to do what they're supposed to do. And you never really know. There's so many people, there's so much going on. And it just goes to show that like, you know, the few examples that stick out are like the only ones that stick out. Usually background actors blend in enough with the background and just flesh out a scene or fill out a shot where you don't really notice anything too crazy. But that's what makes it so funny when something like this happens because you're like, wow, no one was telling them what to do that day, huh? Or they were and they took it super literally, like the woman in Doctor Strange, where they probably just said, don't look at the camera. And she was like,
looking around wide-eyed.
Well, and then you have the case like in Star Wars when the stormtroopers coming through the door and bonks his head and they leave that. But he's like an actual character. Like it's not just background, really.
Yeah.
Like he was a character coming through in that scene.
He made himself a character. He's like, I might have my face covered. I might just be a stormtrooper, but God damn it, people are going to remember me because I hit my head.
We'll never forget him.
Don't know his name, but we'll never forget you. Because this is an older film, and because we've mentioned before that George Lucas loves to go back and retcon his own movies.
Yeah.
This is in every version, to my knowledge, of A New Hope.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny. Like, they chose to leave it in there. Like, they're making a beat of the mistake. And they're just like, they're highlighting a QC mistake because it's funny. And it gives them a personality because they're supposed to be the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be stoic. You don't see their faces, but you know they're stoic. Somehow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're stoked without seeing their faces.
Yeah. And like at the end of the day, they are kind of like these real people underneath the suit. So it kind of adds to this comedy level of like, oh yeah, that's the one he's learning still. It's fine.
He's in training.
That's why he fell behind a little.
You know, with the way that Disney's going these days, he's going to have his own Disney Plus show.
Maybe.
The One Under the Helmet or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hire
me, I'll write it.
We can give a shout out to Derek because I do remember him commenting on our Instagram with this example. And I was like, yep, we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
If they could go back and add something to this movie.
Yes.
I think they should add the Wilhelm scream to
when
he bonks his head.
It's in Star Wars. I
know,
promise
but
you.
it should be in that moment. He hits his head. You hear the Wilhelm scream.
I'll do an edit for this
Okay, great.
podcast.
I want to see that when he hits his head.
I haven't started fleshing out a proper one, but I'll add little tidbits of ideas to our original like podcast breakdown thing sometimes. I've been thinking maybe we should do one where we go through the instances where you can tell the Wilhelm is in a movie or not.
Yes, I would love that.
Because it's not really a mistake, but for people who know movies and know the Wilhelm, like,
It's a noticeable
it'll take
thing.
you out of a scene.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's there. And sometimes I notice it in the most random stuff. I swear Jack and I were watching something the other day and I was like, Wilhelm.
Yeah, exactly. And it's to the point now where even not the like experienced moviegoer is starting to notice it.
I was thinking though, because we were saying when we came in, so I brought the physical media that I had of the examples we're talking about. And this one, because of the special edition I have of the trilogy, it's just called Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I remember telling Jack when we were on our way here, I was like, please confirm to me that this is A New Hope before we leave. Like, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason, this one is just Star Wars.
It's so funny.
This one's just Star Wars.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely-
originally the first Star Wars was just called Star Wars because there weren't any planned sequels.
Oh my God, are you being the guy from The Simpsons?
The comic book guy.
That's the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
comic book. Yeah.
Worst trilogy ever.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's not.
Oh man.
Well, it didn't stay a trilogy, so maybe
Okay.
that does make it the worst trilogy.
So that's gotta be like an older copy then, is what you're saying.
Oh, it's definitely
For
an
it to
older
be-
copy.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like I think that's a remastered one, but
Yeah, it's from
I have seen
1997.
even older copies though that are like from the 80s or,
I
or
did
something.
used to have the 3 box set.
Yeah. Well, this
in
one is part of
VHS.
the box set. I have the other two over here.
I used to watch it all the time. I remember, I'm pretty sure my mom used to get pretty annoyed because I wanted to watch it all the time. She's like, again, really?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, this one.
Which
this
one's your favorite,
widescreen,
though?
so it's definitely not the original, and it also says 1977 and 99. So I'm
Okay.
assuming this is a 99 release.
Okay, so it's like a remaster.
Which one's my favorite Star Wars?
What's your favorite?
Of the originals? I like this one because the Stormtrooper.
It used to be Last Jedi, but I think it's Empire. I think that is the best.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's the best movie.
Yeah,
You know, like it's just a really
so
good.
much fun.
Yeah. But in general, I don't know. Of all 9 movies.
No, I was just talking
And spin-off series.
just the first 3.
Because Rogue One's also a great movie.
Rogue One is
Okay,
really good.
yeah, but it's its own standalone. Like it's just standalone good. Like that's
But
Yeah,
then
for
Leia
sure.
comes in at the end and says,
With that
Nice.
really good CGI deep fake face.
yeah,
Yeah.
deep fake, yeah.
what you talked about.
Yeah. But I don't know.
All right.
I do like this one. I like the Stormtrooper. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. The 10 Things I Hate About You one.
Yeah.
It's a great example. It's so funny. So
The
like,
epitome of like, I'm out of frame.
yeah, so basically like, I guess extras are in the background. They're having a whole scene just
Yeah.
of something happening. Well,
It's gym class, I think, right?
yeah, just like phys ed outside, and they're like, I guess, hit by, is it a ball? No, and it's archery. They're doing archery.
Yes.
And they do the archery and they hit the teacher and he keels over, falls over, and all the students come over running like, oh my God, what the? And this is all just background. Like, this
Yeah.
is just a background scene
Yeah.
that's happening. You're supposed to be paying attention to the front, but it's one of those they want you to pay
On
attention
repeat
to the
watch.
back.
Again, when your eye
Yeah.
drifts, you're like, what's going on back here?
It's because it's hilarious. It's adding this comedy level. It's fun to catch. But because you are supposed to pay attention to it, you see like this girl runs up to, be like, oh my God, I'm going to go get help. And then she starts to run away and the camera pans, unfortunately, with her. And I don't think she knew it panned with her. And you just see her like running and then all of a sudden start to slow down and just kind of stop. Like she turns
Yeah.
around like, okay, that was probably good, right? I got out a scene. We're
Yep.
done, or I'm good. It's the urgency.
The urgency until it's not.
That poor guy. He's not going to get the help he needs.
No, that's okay.
It's such a good
They're clearly
one.
already really good at archery. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we did archery in our school gym.
Well,
class.
that's probably why they don't do it.
It could be the suction cup ones. It doesn't have to be real arrows.
Yeah, that's true. I know that you used to do
I
archery.
did. Wow, I did a lot of stuff that we're talking about. I did used to do archery.
You're
not
pretty
like,
cool.
Thanks. I'll insert a picture of me pretending to be Katniss. I never did it professionally, and I wasn't like super good at it, but I got the technique down pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to do. I mean, you feel like a badass when you're doing it. It really does hurt your biceps after a while, though, and you have to be so careful. It's very beneficial to wear like padding right here.
Right.
Because when you drawing the bow back, it's common for it to brush up against your like inner arm, so you can get
didn't they like add that little fun detail? Didn't they add that detail to the Hunger Games movies?
I think
Didn't
so.
she have like scars and like marks from when she was always?
Yeah. I mean, they always add in stuff in post anyway. Like half the time, the arrows end up being CGI later because, you know, it's never really going to go how you plan the shot anyway. But
one of my favorite moments is in Charlie's Angels. There's a blooper at the end where
Lucy Liu
is like doing like they're trying to, I guess, get the arrow into like, it's like a plane or something that's flying away. And she like pulls it back and it just kind of like flops on her head. And she's like, oh, oops. I always love their bloopers at the end of those movies. They're so
I feel
fun.
like movies need to do that again.
Yeah.
Like, I know the post-credit scene thing is like a big thing, but bring back like credit bloopers. I don't know. I miss that.
Yeah, I feel like the last movie I remember was We're the Millers. Didn't they do a whole...
They did, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that was good.
And that movie's like, I don't know, probably 10 years old now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Maybe not.
No, I think it came out in like 2011.
Now I feel very old.
I was too young to watch it when it came out, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 2013.
2013, so just able to see it without.
Yeah, she's 12 years old.
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, I feel fucking old. Okay.
Will Poulter had quite the glow up.
I thought he was always sexy.
Well, that's because he looks like you.
I was going to say, because everyone would say he looked like you.
Exactly.
I'll put it
Eyebrows.
side by side. It's the eyebrows, guys. It's the eyebrows.
Yeah.
You guys are getting paid?
We're not.
No, we're not.
Not
We
for
make
this.
no money off this podcast.
Please sponsor us.
Please, anybody.
Please give us money.
Have you seen this movie? I have not.
I have not.
Sick.
So
We continue the
that's
trend. Yeah, this one, I can't even say why this would happen. In this one, Will Ferrell, he's trying his hand at some dramatic acting, and so it's not like a comedy. It's a dramatic movie.
It's called Everything Must Go.
He's having this serious conversation with like his, I think, spouse or something on a front porch, and there you can see kids at like one of those kiddie picnic tables, like on the front lawn. I think front lawn, doing something, being kids.
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel
they
like they're just like
freeze.
eating or something. They're just like having a little picnic.
I don't know if the kids started doing something maybe that they couldn't use, so they just froze the take in that one section of the shot so that they could use that take or something.
Yeah, like I definitely think you're on the right track. I think
That has to be it.
Yeah. I think they were just hoping like you're not paying attention to the fact that they'd be frozen. But I'm assuming whatever they did was more distracting than them not moving.
Yeah.
But then people still noticed it, obviously.
I don't think this is quite a movie like the other ones we've discussed where there's probably not a lot of people going back and rewatching this multiple times.
Yeah.
But it's weird when you see the scene. Again, this was the one that came up on a couple of lists and I was like, oh, I don't actually know this one.
I hadn't seen it and I had seen it on the list too. And I was like,
when you watch it, you're just like...
Confused face.
You know, I think, because it's funny, because this is an instance, unlike our other examples, where the background actor was doing something they were doing something
Presumably,
that was so distracting. But in this case, they must have been doing the distracting thing. And then in post, they did like what we were saying, like, is there any way you can try and minimize that or fix that? But unfortunately...
Fix it in post.
It did too much. People noticed that they were just suddenly frozen.
Yeah, it makes me kind of think back to the conversation we were having with Like, Comment, Subscribe, where we were discussing Harrison having to add extra frames to certain takes to make it look like they're lasting longer, which obviously works better in a setting where it's screen-based storytelling in terms of like a computer screen, a monitor, or a laptop versus like a real-life filmed depiction of people doing stuff. It doesn't work as well if that's what they did. If it is, they just froze it to finish out this scene. Like,
yeah, and it's so, I think the weirdest thing for me is like, say they were like, we need to use this take, but the kids are being too distractingly annoying. So we're going to freeze them. But another thing you can do in post is a split screen.
Yeah.
So you could easily split, like just take a different take where the kids aren't being annoying or
maybe
distracting.
they were always being annoying.
Maybe they always were.
That's kind of why I'm like, maybe they're just like, just freeze them. We can't use anything.
Maybe that, I mean.
Because your first instinct is let's check the rest of the footage, right? So
they couldn't have been more distracting than, you know, the guy who wasn't actually sweeping and, you know, the little kid pointing to his crotch.
Maybe each of those kids did those things. They had one of them pretending to sweep and the other one really needed to pee. And they're like, guys, no, we've done this.
Yeah, we can't have both of these things happening.
No. Then a stormtrooper walks in and they're like, guys, this is a serious movie.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's trying to be a serious actor.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
I wonder if that's why I didn't watch it. I'm like, Will Ferrell.
I saw Stranger Than Fiction. He was serious in that, I think.
There was a bit of comedy to that, though.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
This one sounded really. I mean, I might have to watch it because it's sounds interesting enough.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm surprised.
I don't know why those kids froze.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I would love to have some background, into it. If some background actor.
I'd love to have some background. That's what they said, and they were like, we can't. We have to freeze it.
You're always catching me on the funny things, and then you make it into, you're so good at that.
Thanks. We are back with a special topic of discussion. Oh, yeah. Let's bring him out.
Guest.
I wish.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. Maybe that's a new podcast goal, is to get this next guy on as a guest.
Yeah.
To talk about his time doing background acting, because I'm sure he would have a lot to say, because this next guy is probably like the worst and best situation for a background actor, because he was in everything. But then people started noticing that he was in everything, to the point where it became almost like a Where's Waldo for this actor when he's in stuff. Because this guy, Jesse Hyman, Heiman. Heiman. I
think it's Heman.
Might be Heman.
Jesse Heman. Cinematic Universe.
Yeah, you don't know his name, but you definitely know his face, because, yeah, he is probably in the background of every single movie or TV show that you have ever seen. And here is just a short list of ones I found. American Pie 2, Spider-Man, Austin Powers, Drake and Josh, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Heroes, Glee, The Big Bang Theory, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Neighbors, and there's definitely way more, but I'm not going to bother looking for or listing every single example. But
that's so cool.
He is everywhere. And he's always like kind of prominently in a shot too. Like the pictures I selected for this breakdown, like,
yeah, he's got a pretty clear view of his face.
Yeah,
in a lot of
he's got
these.
a very distinct look. He's got like quite like an afro, and usually got glasses. He's a bit bigger. Like, he's quite distinguishable from like a crowd of people. And like I said, they usually feature him like predominantly in a shot.
He kind of, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
It kind of seems like he reacts too. So you do notice his face. Like a lot of, as you said, like with background, it's like you're kind of blending in with other people, but he's always standing out as like someone with a reaction.
Yes, he's very expressive, which is probably why they usually prominently put him in a shot.
Yeah.
But that's also probably why he kept getting work, and then also how that led to people noticing that he was literally in everything and has his own cinematic universe. And I'm realizing that I added my own little story arc here in the notes, and I should backtrack that he wasn't in Neighbors, and there's a TMZ interview apparently where he talks about why he was cut from the movie, like me and every single background acting gig I've ever done. So we have that in common as well, because I guess he was drinking breast milk and they thought it was too far.
In Neighbors?
So they cut it, and he did a TMZ interview talking about why it was cut from the movie.
I'm in like a controversial scene they had to cut because like I was like drinking breast milk. I'm a serious actor.
So it's okay for the boys.
Yeah, Jesse,
but it's not
you would
okay
have loved
for
the boys.
R.I.P. You would have loved the boys.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
No, he is. He is.
The way I said that, it sounded like you would have
Well,
loved.
because that's the meme, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Princess Diana, you would have loved, like, the mom from Parent Trap or whatever.
I'm so
Although she's
curious
dead
what
too.
his most recent has been then. Like, is he still doing?
Let's get Jack to live look it up. What is it?
Is he still doing background acting?
Well, it doesn't specify if he was background or not, but the recent thing he did was something called Pink Skies Ahead.
I think that would be a background thing. Does he have like a name?
Yeah, he has a name.
Oh.
Okay, so probably
Thomas,
not background.
But there's something before that called Great Land where he was dorm resident, which very well could be background.
Yeah, that would be
True.
background.
It could be background with a line, although I've never seen him have a line in anything that he's done. He's just been like...
Kind of seems like his thing. He's just expressive and in everything you can think of.
Yeah, so much so that he's tried to like very much have his career take off because now people like know him from the background work that he's done, which never happens, which is so crazy.
Yeah, like this dude could probably go to Comic-Con and just be like, I am in everything. I've met all your favorite actors.
He has so many stories, I'm sure.
He's just behind all the other actors on the panel.
He just stands behind them while they sign autographs and do photos.
Well, Jesse, we want to be your friend. We want to hear your stories.
Please be on the podcast. We want to talk to you. If anyone has a way of contacting you.
Even Zoom call. We'll do Zoom call.
We'll do Zoom. We'll do, Skype just stop being a thing. We'll do Teams. We'll figure it out. FaceTime.
But that's so cool to have created a career as a background artist because, or background actor, sorry, because it isn't something you're supposed to stand out in. Mm-mm. But it's not like he was doing it in a bad way.
No.
It's just that he's so interesting that people started noticing. And
he had a look that worked for so many things.
Yeah.
So he kept getting booked to do so many different things. And then it happened to be just really popular movies and TV shows. And he's done like a little bit of acting. Like he starred in a short film called Shmuley the Death Watcher in 2015. And it describes it as a 10-minute comedy thriller. A Jewish teen spends his first night alone guarding a body awaiting a burial and ends up fighting for his own life. I'll put in some of the trailer here. But it seems like he's really trying to like amp up his like own comedic like career based off of his like notoriety doing background work. And I think that's really cool because you can also just have a career or even a side thing. Like my dad's retired now and he totally he looks at background casting stuff sometimes just to do it for fun. But there are people who do it for a living and just still go pretty under the radar with being noticed in shots. It just happened that this guy got like incredibly lucky to be in literally everything.
Yeah.
Name a movie from like especially the 2000s or the 2010s and he's probably in that movie or TV show. It's
I think my favorite example here is the one you put with in Spider-Man.
He's just right behind Kirsten Dunst.
Oh my gosh. His face in that shot is so good.
Yeah.
Love it.
I also made sure to put in one from Always Sunny because we love that. And it's just him looking at Charlie going like absolutely insane. He's just judging the shit out of him without saying anything.
Yeah, so good.
That's the dream job as an extra, is to be one of the like random people in Patty's Pub.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Just reacting or not reacting to whatever the fuck is going on.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
It's being Patty's Pub. Mm-hmm. Too bad. We all once dressed up as characters from, well, actually, I guess you guys
and Harrison did.
We did.
We did Midsommar.
True. No, I was saying that one year because we kept the costumes. I was saying one year we should all dress up.
Oh, yes.
Because we have ours. You guys could get, and then we could all be characters from it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, off the rails.
We always go there.
Yeah. It's just because we love talking to each other.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a good thing.
Teen Wolf.
Yes.
Because I told you that example today.
Yeah. That's almost up there with Back to the Future Part 3. I'll let you explain why.
Yeah. It's okay. So in Teen Wolf, 1985, it's literally just like a movie about a guy turning into a wolf.
Well, they made a TV show about it on the CW. If you've seen that one, it's a grittier remake of that same 80s movie. They also made a sequel with, is it Jason Bateman? Who replaced Michael J. Fox? Yeah, no one watched that one. Sorry, Jason. You know that no one watched it. Anyway.
But it also Michael J. Fox. And so there's a scene where he's like, because he's a basketball player for his high school, and he scores the winning basket. Mm-hmm. Everybody's cheering, and they've got tons of background actors in the scene, like yeah, you did it, woo. And he's going into the crowd and he kisses the girl. And then he moves on to not kiss.
Oh, whoa. Right in front of his girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Oh, why do I always do this? Michael J. Fox kisses everybody.
Oh my
all
God,
the
and it gets
background
worse
actors.
with what you're about to say on top of that.
Yeah, no. The actual thing I wanted to say is way worse than
It is.
if Michael J. Fox kissed
He
everybody.
can kiss whoever he wants.
No, sorry. He goes into the crowd and he goes to hug someone. And just directly behind him hugging someone, there's this guy like cheering. And he stands up and his fly is fully down. Just full
Ready.
exposed. You can
Ready
see his,
for that kiss.
His white tighty whities underneath.
Ready for Michael J. Fox.
But the worst part of it is like in the scene, he also does up his fly. It's like he realized, he's like, yeah, oh shit.
That's some
And
good
then
continuity.
does. I'm like, if you just left it, maybe people could forgive. Oh,
Sure.
maybe there's just, maybe you wouldn't notice. But I think it was the action of him doing up the fly that people were like, oh, yeah.
I think what I'm getting from this is we need to find the third in the trilogy of Michael J. Fox movies where people have prominent crotches in the background of a shot.
And then he gives everyone a little kiss.
Yeah.
He gives everyone a kiss. He gives all the background actors a kiss. Oh, shit. Why do I feel like this is going to become the next thing?
Oh, for
make
sure.
A clip of.
Oh, I mean,
I feel like all the clips are me like messing up something and then it becomes something really funny we talk about, like the Scientology thing.
that wasn't a mess up. We were
I guess
done
it
that on
wasn't a mess
purpose.
up. No, sorry, the nursing. Bradley Cooper nursing a baby.
That was too good.
And I did
though.
not mean to say nursing.
You actually caught yourself. You didn't even fully say it ever
Did I?
listening
I was like,
back.
not nursing. Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
definitely pushed it back into the conversation.
You're good. We're gonna point out that you said this.
Look,
yeah,
but
that's
it's
okay.
so funny. You have to. You point out my mistakes too, and sometimes I cut stuff that we both make mistakes on.
Yeah.
So,
good. Well, I'm glad.
but anyway, there's got to be a trilogy of Michael J. Fox background actors with prominent crotches. There's got to be a third movie.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about two of them already.
Yeah.
I made the connection while we were saying that it was a Michael J. Fox one that
Yeah. He's kissing everyone.
had your kids, had your wife.
Oh my god.
He's kissing everybody out there.
That's what werewolves do, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just
It's
kiss
a
everyone.
weird dated reference.
That's how you become a
Had your
werewolf.
kids, had your wife.
Yeah.
It is a dated reference, but it's still an iconic
You
one.
got it though.
Millennial.
I saw you laughing.
True.
We're in our 30s, okay? God.
Yeah. God. What else? Well, another old movie. This one's from the 70s, though. Willy Wonka.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a shot, the Candyman can. I can't sing, sorry, but Jack's laughing his ass off. Yeah, I'm a beautiful singer, guys. What can I say? The Candyman, he pretty much almost whacks a little girl. He doesn't though. I've rewatched the
Yeah.
scene. She dodges it, but it's one of those things you can't notice that she like literally is like.
Oh, yeah.
When he opens up, so like it's one of those counters where it's got the flip top,
Yeah.
so you can come and go. For behind the counter.
This poor little girl.
Yeah, she's right there, and he's just like in the song, mid-song, and just flips it up quick, and her face is right there. Like she would have been fully smacked in the face. But she did have the reflex. She did dodge it, but that could have been really bad.
Yeah, it could have been.
So that's why it's like, it's not like the best example because it's not like something really happened. It's just like, you can notice that it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was a close call.
Uh-oh. I mean, honestly, a lot of these last ones are just people looking at the camera,
Yeah.
which happens a lot in so
Yeah.
many different things. Because like I said earlier, like sometimes even if you're getting the simplest direction as a background actor, like if you're not Jesse and don't do this like all the time, it can be scary being on a big set or even a
Yeah.
small set. You're not a main cast, like you're just trying to do your best, and then a lot of the times you don't really get a clear concept of the camera setup until you get on set, and it could be like, okay, this is what I was planning to do in my head, and then you're like, oh wait, no, now I have to rethink what I was going to do, even though I'm not doing very much, but I don't want to ruin the take. And
admittedly, like, I remember when we were in college and we were like shooting things and we'd have to do tests and stuff like that, or like, you know, there were a couple times we've got put in front of the camera and I didn't want to because I hate being in front of the camera. I literally looked at the camera and went,
I'm gonna zoom in.
yeah, but I just remember, like, even me, I think like the self-consciousness of like, I'm on camera. Sometimes you glance, like I've caught myself glancing.
Yeah,
but again, I'm
you don't
not an
mean to.
actor. So like, I mean, if I do it, it like makes sense. But sometimes you're like, oh, like you're a background actor, you're getting paid for this. But it's not even just background to do it. Some actors, there are some scenes where an actor straight up looks at the camera when they're not supposed to be breaking the fourth wall. And they look accidentally. It's usually when a camera is like, you can tell it's like the camera is on either dolly or crane, or like something's happening, movement with the camera that the actor is kind of aware of, and you can tell that they're like making sure they're not in the way or not getting hit, and then they'll do a quick glance accidentally in passing or whatever. Or sometimes it's like they'll be walking by and think that the lens isn't as wide as it is. So they think they're already past on the side of the camera, and unfortunately catch that quick glance on the side. So that happens sometimes too.
Yeah, but because it's a main actor, usually they'll yell cut and do another take, and that proper take will end up in the final film.
Yeah.
And just to explain, because I feel like this is the first time we've used the term breaking the fourth wall.
True, yeah.
That term basically describes, like in plain terms, it's when someone looks at the camera, whether it's on purpose or not. Like Deadpool breaks the fourth wall constantly on purpose. But it's because when the camera is framing something up like we are now, there's the wall there, and the wall behind us. The fourth active wall is the camera, the one you never see, the one that's being recorded. It's the recorded perspective. And so when the term breaking the fourth wall is being used, it means that that actor is acknowledging the invisible wall that is where the camera is positioned. And yeah, like I said, Deadpool does it on purpose. There's a couple, like Fleabag, she does it intentionally as well. But it can happen by accident too.
Yeah. And it stems from like theater, because the idea was in a lot of theater shows, you have like a narrator or the main person who will address the audience. And now we are seeing that a lot more with movies and even TV, like with Fleabag. And it's this kind of way of like adding this theater element to like say, you know, there's no distance between me and the audience watching, and you're like directly talking to them. And it's like, so breaking the fourth wall can be used as a great tool. It's a great way of having like the story come through directly. But when an actor like looks at the camera like accidentally, it's bad. Yeah,
it's
bad.
Considered a mistake.
It's not supposed to happen unless it's part of the story.
Like there's definitely times where actors will, I think there's examples in The Shining. And you know the movie better than I do because I've only seen it a couple times.
It's one of my favorite movies.
But there are times when Jack Nicholson purposely but incredibly subtly like looks at the camera. But it's for like a split second, and it's just to sort of kind of toy with the audience because you're already not supposed to know what's going on. So that clipping of the camera is incredibly intentional, but not made a meal of like it is in Deadpool or Ferris Bueller or Fleabag. It's just meant to make you uneasy.
It adds to that like horror element. And then obviously it like builds, because then you get that last shot where he's just like staring like straight down the camera and makes you feel really uneasy. And that's like, it's such a good tool to use.
And it's also hilarious when it's not
When
meant
it's
to
not
be
supposed
there.
to happen. He was making a face when you mentioned The Shining. He like looked like
you were
directly
doing
at us. He was-
the Ray Nicholson.
Oh, I wasn't trying to. I probably just naturally.
Were you
looked
That's
doing
like
why I
that.
looked at you and I went. I did the eyebrow.
Were you doing the
I
Jack
was like-
Nicholson or the Ray Nicholson?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ray Nicholson.
They both do that.
I know, but which one were you doing?
I wasn't doing either.
Just doing your own face.
I don't even know
I
what.
interpreted that he was doing that.
Okay, yeah.
And I did it back at him, but he thought, I guess that wasn't what you
I
said.
thought you were doing the eyebrow like.
So that's just Jack's face.
Yeah, I think it's just my face.
Jack's face, eyebrows.
Also, Ray Nicholson's been in a lot of movies I've watched recently. Smile 2, Novocaine, and
Yeah.
Borderline. Yeah.
Did not see Borderline yet, but I haven't
you-
heard the
you can-
best things.
You can skip it.
Yeah. Loved Smile too.
Yeah. I also really enjoyed
Great film.
Novocaine.
I know. I need to see that as well.
It was a lot of fun. But me and Jack saw it, and we posted a little 20-minute review. So
Yeah, you're really selling that.
I was like, is it good? Like the way you're saying that.
no, it's just no one watched it, and we were really sad about it. And it was just me and Jack. I know there was no Janae, but our cat makes a cameo, so you should watch it.
Yeah, Little Man's pretty cute.
You should watch the movie, and you should watch our review of the movie. Anyway,
Plug it.
I'm gonna plug the shit out of our podcast. Hell
Why
yeah!
not? I will say, if we're gonna say one more, a good one is the North by Northwest one.
Yes, it's always interesting when it's older films. I feel like
Yeah.
because they were likely shooting on film, so you know that whatever was left in was like they really didn't have much other
Yeah.
option.
Yeah. This one's interesting because there's a scene, a gun is being shot, and they must have had an actual, not a real gun, but like
this isn't
a
Rust.
prop gun that makes a lot of noise. And in the scene when they're about to shoot it, there's like a little boy in the background who puts
He's
his
already
hands
plugging
over
his ears.
He's just anticipating because they must have done a take before.
Yeah, this is at least the second take.
Yeah, and he was like, that was fucking loud. I'm going to put my hands over my ears this time.
Yeah, this time I'm gonna cover them.
And it's like, it's forgiving. And
This
you're
time
like,
you won't get
"Aw,
me."
Poor kid. But like, yeah, you notice because the part of the scene, you're like, you're not really supposed to know the gun's going to go off. So the kid gives it away that the gun's about to go off.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, so it was the late 50s. I feel like maybe they weren't as aware of damage to hearing or something. I feel like nowadays they would figure out a silent way of doing it, or they would give background and not key actors like earplugs or something. Like, give the
Yeah.
poor kid like some kind of hearing protection,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I
'Cause I
can't
have
be just him it
heard-
was loud for.
And it is loud. Like I've been on set because like we used to work with props, and it is very loud. Like a gun is loud, but even a prop
guns,
gun
yeah.
is quite loud. So, and I think they do leave, like, I haven't seen one that's been made that's a little more silent. I think anyone I've seen that was used made quite a bit of noise. But I think that like adds to the scene as well because
Yeah.
it's like startling.
Because it's not actual ammunition in the unless you're certain movies. But
Yeah. Do we want to get into levels?
I think we should level it up,
Level it up. Okay.
which is the part of the podcast where we basically discuss the big examples of things that we've been talking about, and we give them a rating from 1, 2, or 3, which was the leveling system we used when we did QC for a job. 1 being pretty minimal, 2 being somewhere in the middle, and 3 being yikes, that really should have been taken out of the final product. And in the case of when we had a job, it would fail something going to network and it would have to be fixed.
Yeah.
So bringing it into, I was going to say real life. Our job was real life. Bringing it into creative outlet of the podcast and reworking it for funsies.
For
so
fun.
should
Shits
we
and giggles.
go in order?
Yeah. That's usually the best way.
Avengers.
Avengers, I would give the woman with the shirt.
The woman with the shirt.
The woman with the shirt. The
woman with the
distracting
shirt.
I'd give her like a 2.
I think it's a 2 because I think that is one of the only times I've seen someone in the background actually truly scared of whatever is going on.
She was acting.
She was acting. She's like, I'm going to do this. I don't know if that's her only background credit, but like, good on you. You should do more background acting. You should be in every Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Be the Jesse Heeman of the MCU and just be in every film.
You know, that girl, I mean, she's lucky. She was in one of the main shots of the movie. I mean, how cool is that? So good for her. The little kid in Back to the Future.
Part 3.
I give it a 3.
Yeah, I agree. Look,
it's pretty distracting. Like, it would be different if he was like a couple feet away and was like a little blurry.
Sure. He's fully in focus, and you definitely had other takes where he did not have to pee. Unless that was like the most subtle way that he asked. Maybe he was just like doing a little dance and they were like, you need to stop. We're going to do one more take. And he just was like, I absolutely can't do this anymore. I don't know. Maybe we have to find this kid and ask. Maybe we have to do a whole episode where we're just talking to background actors about what it was like doing their blunders in these movies and shows.
I mean, hey, maybe this kid has a TikTok now.
He probably does.
And talks about his experience being on set.
I hope so. I hope one of these background actors has some form of social media where we can find them and be like, hey, be on our podcast. What was it like to have to pee when you were a kid in the middle of a take of Back to the Future?
What's it like to be on media, like, and hard copy physical media pointing to your crotch
as a child? Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, Quantum of Solace is also a 3 for me.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad. It's so obvious. I definitely feel like someone should have been looking at the screen, saw what the hell's going on there. And they could have like changed the take and said, hey, like, even if you just put it near the ground and even if you're like not doing too much, they could have changed it a little bit. It's like very obvious.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a 3 for me.
I agree, because you can't tell me there wasn't another shot where you told him to do something else, or even if he'd just been not facing the camera, like sweeping away, because then he would be hiding the broom a bit more. Like, I get the person that's sort of in front of him in the shot is also walking this direction. You can just change the blocking to switch that up and have the other guy walking the opposite direction and the guy with the broom facing away, because honestly, it has to be a case of them telling him to not make any sound.
Yeah, exactly.
Because why else would someone think like, oh, I'm going to fake sweeping by not sweeping? Mm-hmm. I agree. It's a level 3. I don't see why that couldn't have been addressed.
Hey, we're agreeing.
Yay. A New Hope, though.
This one's a 1
or
for
just
me.
Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. It's a 1 for me because it's hilarious,
it's
iconic,
so funny.
and like it needs to be in the movie.
It's a character choice, and I think it brings character to a background character without taking away from the story. If anything, it adds.
It added.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a level
so
1 in the
good.
best way.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of level 1 where it adds to the scene.
Like, I can just imagine us being like doing QC and seeing a scene like that and just laughing our asses
Being like,
off.
Please just leave this in.
Like you have to. I cannot rate this higher. It needs.
I
to
thought
be
you were gonna say I could see us being stormtroopers and hitting our heads because we're clumsy.
That too. Especially after my drink.
Yeah.
I'm quite clumsy. Yeah, that too.
I agree.
10 Things I Hate About You. That one's like a 2 for me.
Yeah.
Because it's also kind of this funny element. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like if you point it out or like you see it, because you're already kind of like seeing the funny thing on a rewatch of this background incident happening, and then to like see that continue where this girl doesn't go get help. It's kind of funny.
The moment itself is already meant to be a funny little background thing that's going on. So I think I agree. It's a 2.
I obviously didn't see Everything Must Go, but I do think freezing the frame is
a weird choice.
If I were QCing it, I would have said level 3.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I would have been watching like, what the heck?
It's a creative way to fix whatever mistake was prompting them to do something like that.
Yeah.
But on top of, and I realized this is something we didn't talk about previous to any of this stuff, but it was also always a factor. Even if you don't have another take, you probably had a different angle. like a different setup or something. So I feel like there was probably just other options of.
Well, that's why it's kind of hard to judge this one, because I feel like without having the context, it's hard to say. Because if the thing they're covering was worse, then maybe this was in a case where we would have QC'd and we say this is, and then like, this is bad, you need to fix this. And then they're like, well, that is the fix.
Yeah.
Then in that case, it's like, yeah, it just goes, right?
Yeah.
Then you can't.
And we've had that before where it's like, well, we'd still give your fix a level 3, but if you're signing off on it, it kind of bumps to a 2 because you're acknowledging it's a problem, but you're saying it's the best we can do.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
this might be one of the best examples of like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Like in the middle, because it probably is like we'd give this fix a level 3, but you're signing off on it. So
yeah, exactly.
that it is what it is.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. What did we give Back to the Future?
For me, that was a 3 because he's so close. But I would say Teen Wolf, like if you haven't seen the clip, it is like a wide. Like there's a bunch of people cheering.
So it's more in the background.
This guy with his zipper down is the furthest in the back. But it's the fact that he's like on a bleacher standing above them. So technically where his crotch is out is right above their heads.
Right.
It's
and he's
pretty
doing
obvious.
an action so adversely different to everybody else around him.
Yeah.
You're going to notice the one person who's not cheering.
Yeah.
Especially if his hands are like in the opposite position to everyone else.
Like for me, it's a 3, but I don't even know how you'd fix it. It was just a matter of like, what is that background guy doing?
They'd probably add AI people to cover him up.
Yeah, that's true.
I appreciate the self-continuity of him zipping up his fly. In the same,
I guess.
he realizes in real time, you're like, yeah, fair enough. It's not like it's open and then suddenly it's closed. Like, no, buddy realized. We see that realization. That was a full character moment for that guy. He was ready for Michael J. Fox to kiss him, and he didn't come over and was like, all right.
Stop.
Zip it up.
Stop. Yeah. So gotta be presentable for Michael J. Fox when he comes to kiss me.
Gotta have my shirt tucked in, gotta have my fly down up.
Oh, shit. I think in the case of like when it's little kids, it's a little more forgiving.
Yeah, kids get a lot of leeway with background. I mean, we make fun of the kid who had to pee because that was a focal point of that shot. But yeah, like the kid covering his ears, there's enough else going on that it's usually on repeat viewings that you notice that kind of thing. It's not the end of the world, but...
Yeah. So I'm like a middle.
They could be a
Generally
1.5
middle.
too.
Or a 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on what it is.
It's a fun little tidbit, but I wouldn't say it would take me out of a scene if I noticed it. I'd just be like, ha. The last thing we should level, because it was sort of a quick thing that I added when we were talking about Avengers at the beginning, is the woman in Doctor Strange looking around.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a 3.
Bad. That's a 3 for sure.
Because it's a somewhat serious scene that she's directly behind the main actor, being just so animated for no reason. Yeah. I think it's a 3.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, and I'm glad it's there, because I didn't really care for the movie otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, oh my God, it's funny and very distracting. Because it's a point where I don't really remember what else was going on in that scene.
Yeah.
I just remember that she was like looking everywhere.
Very animatedly looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. One funny thing, though, in terms of talking about like an actor looking at the camera, and we were talking about the whole bloopers at the end of movies, one that just popped into my head was in Little Rascals. At the very end, they have a bunch of clips of the kids, because, you know, it was probably really hard working with kids, and they did a lot of things they weren't supposed to. But the girl plays Darla. She was like 4 or 5 when they filmed it. And they just have they cut all together clips of her being like, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. You're looking at the camera. And she's just continually like in every scene like,
Brittany, stop looking at the camera, please.
and it's so cute.
Oh, I
it's
love
like they probably had to do so much work to cut together just the stuff
so much
that
work
she
for
wasn't.
so many little hours they could be on set because of laws.
Yeah, it's cute though. If you give that movie a rewatch, I love the little.
I haven't
bloopers
seen
they
it in a
have.
long time. I should rewatch it.
Well, I know you love Mary-Kate and Ashley, and they're in that.
I was gonna say they're in the background of a scene.
That's like my favorite scene ever. Yeah, more bloopers. If mistakes like that happen, just put bloopers in at the end of your movie.
Exactly. Maybe
that's a
I'll start
great
doing
way.
a blooper thing at the end of No, I usually just leave them in.
Leaving the dumb things we say.
It makes for good content.
It's true.
And we're not a movie. We can leave mistakes in sometimes.
I know that people watch for that. So, I mean, we watch for that in movies, and people are going to watch for that in our podcast. So,
Yes.
And listen.
And listen.
I should say that because technically podcast is listen first.
Well, we're visual on Substack, Spotify, and now YouTube. We're going to be a little behind the posting schedule on YouTube because I'm going to try and space it out a little bit to see how we do on there because I'm a little iffy with the copyright and posting stuff on there. So we'll see how that goes. Right now, it's just the first episode. Probably by the time this goes up, I'll have put the second episode up as well. But in the meantime, you can watch on Spotify and Substack. I did learn recently, and this is obviously a good thing, but not something I thought about. If you're listening on Spotify, the video will stop playing if you plug it into your car. It'll be audio only.
Nice.
Because I had someone asking why there was no video, and I was like, no, there is. And then he sent a picture, screenshot of it plugged into his car, and it automatically turns off the video feature.
Well, that's good.
As it should do. But that was news to me.
Glad to hear a safety feature.
Exactly.
All right.
Don't watch podcasts while you're driving.
Yeah. Just listen. You can listen.
Yeah.
And on that note, well, thank you for listening.
And or watching.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Yay. Bye.
Quality Control Chicks podcast is produced and co-hosted by Lisa Cumming
And Janae Perez.
Audio mix and master by Jack Rudy.
You can follow us on Instagram at Quality Control Chicks Pod for BTS, bonus content, and clips.
You can give us a watch or listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere you listen to your favorite shows.